Crnogorcevic gets in between the two defenders.
Started off with the dash at the beginning of the year. When she got waved from there, she came on over to the Pride and has found herself now getting some minutes. Reynolds. Little touch by Abogugu. Ball over the top. Onumanu. Over the crossbar. How hard is it to defend when two new forwards come in, Laura? You're Orlando Pride. You've been defending a certain type of player the whole game, and then now you have Crnogorcevic and Onumanu, two different players coming in. You got to kind of change everything up then if you're the back line.
Well, not only is it two different players, it's two players with fresh legs, especially when you're playing from home. You've traveled, you're staying in hotels, and then you have two lights-out attackers who love to run at you. You've already played close to 70 minutes in this game.
Onumanu.
It's the last thing you want to see as a defender, having two substitutes come in, running at you, wreaking havoc, that are both able to create chances for themselves, but also for one another. It seems like they already have a good relationship.
Yeah, just a week into it. Crnogorcevic looking for the back post. It's Lindsey Horan flying in. Edmonds touches it out, and you're talking about that chemistry. Crnogorcevic only got here on Tuesday, so her and Onumanu just getting to know each other, but they seem to be doing pretty well to start here.
The quickest relationship we've seen.
Right? Maybe they're sitting on that couch there with Franch in the corner. Sinclair. Off and Aaron, not enough to go over the byline. The Pride almost still have it. Ooh, ouch. That did not look like it felt good for Alex Morgan. A little trip on the sideline. She's up, she's all right. Horan. Walensky shoving her off, but giving the ball away. Horan to the far post. Looked good, didn't have enough oomph on it. Purse, we haven't said her name as much this half. She sent it to the far post, and it's Ashlyn Harris with a throw-in from her 6.
And it looks like the Orlando Pride are in a diamond in the midfield now. Linsky popped into the midfield, moved Kristen Edmonds out wide right. Now it'll still be about Christine Aaron getting on the ball, but see if she can link up with Walensky, who has fresh legs. See if she can link up with Weatherholt, and then start to get Alex Morgan some more touches on the ball. Can they play her to her feet? The amount of goals she's been scoring at different angles. You want to try to get her the ball more than they've been able to get her at the second half.
Kept the ball in. Maybe commit a little bit more defensively to keep
defense.
You almost think that if you don't go offside maybe once as a forward, you're not to the back post. Crnogorcevic. How many players would head the ball down there back to a oncoming teammate? She's just savvy. She's a Swiss international. They're looking to make an impact here as they need a goal. The Pride need a dribbling with space, with runners. Klingenberg is wide open at the far post. Sinclair jumps over it. Grabs her ankle now. Still on the ground, but the Pride play on. Looking to see if they can counterattack. Danica Evans wide open, the middle of the park. For the Abogugu dribbling in to pressure. Morgan. Sinclair is still down on the far side of the field as Weatherholt just gets it clipped away from her. And here she is. Running that one off. Does not look very comfortable. The Thorns still have one more sub if they need it. Gorcevic looking to just dish Sinclair. And that's the slide from Olinsky, and the tackle, I think, is where maybe Sinclair's foot got caught underneath her, or just looked like a little bit of a mishap.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Crossing lines. It is hard to tell.
And on this,
a lot of numbers with Pride still inside the box. Olinsky, Evans wants it on her right. Still alive. Can Morgan get there? Not before Bourret clears it out. Huge tackle by Olinsky. Ref says it's all ball. Some energy now from the Pride. You can feel it. Flicked on by LaRue. Olinsky causing a few turnovers there. Just little separation touches by her. Sometimes enough, and there's those two again. You can see the smile from, and
that's why this team is successful. You see your star player with Christine Sinclair making a big play, not letting Orlando Pride get their shot off, finds the open Lindsey Horan as she's off and running as this Orlando Pride team. And that's what you want to see when you're playing at home, when you're playing away from home. It's those little extra bits that make teams or break teams, really.
When you see your captain heading balls out of your 18 to keep the 2-1 lead, it fires you up, and now the Thorns have an opportunity to score again. Two near post runs, and it goes nowhere. Danica Evans pushed off the ball by the Swiss international. I think that's 3 fouls that Danica Evans has earned now since she's gone in just a few minutes ago.
And that's not a bad foul by Portland. Breaking up the play, don't allow Orlando Pride get a counterattack, find Sid LaRue, Alex Morgan up top. To stop the play, get your numbers behind them.
Such a great point, Lori. Danny Weatherholt not happy with the play there. The Santa Clara alum in her 3rd season. Pointing just like her coach. I think he must teach that at practice. Here she is, Weatherholt across the face of the goal. Doesn't quite go out yet. Now it's out for a throw-in. Different energy within the last 10 minutes here for Orlando Pride. Presley just got caught underneath her there. Couldn't decide which to just kind of slam it into the defender or try to trap it, and it goes out of bounds there in the in-between moment.
And at moments of this game, we've really seen the quality of this Orlando Pride team. It's been difficult for them to put an entire game together. A few miscommunications, missed passes for them. Getting a little stretched defensively in these types of fouls that aren't allowing them to get anything going. But I think once they start getting some more numbers, some players back they haven't had involved in the club yet, I think this team is going to be a force to reckon with.
It's a yellow card for Presley on that tackle, and you talk about those players as we watch this tackle just in from behind. She's probably lucky she only got a yellow there. They're missing Marta, Emily Van Egmond. They're missing Poliana, Camilla. These are players who are impactful, central midfield players, forward players. Poliana outside back who can get forward and have dangerous crosses. So the Pride, yes, missing players, but I think it's also as Anumanu had an opportunity to seal the game. Couldn't get her foot square on it. What a chance there by Anumanu.
And back to your point, they're players that have a ton of experience.
Horan, good touch around Krieger. Horan to the top of the box. Sinclair almost there to get it. And now the Tides have turned. Portland keeping the Pride within their defensive half. But the Ninja comes up for the save.
Yeah, and back to that point there for Orlando Pride, they're missing quite a few players, but those players are players that have a ton of experience internationally, playing at a professional level. They're the ones that are going to be able to tidy up some of these small mistakes, win their battles in their area of the field, and then understand what it takes to close out these games or create opportunities for your team. And that's just the missing link here. You see this Portland Thorns team right now. They have a lot of core players that are returning from last year. They have developed field, and there's an understanding of what it takes to kind of close out these games as we saw them win the 2017 championship. And it looks as if right now Orlando's still trying to solidify their identity and still create some of those relationships on the field.
Walensky wanted a foul from her UNC alumni. Megan Klingenberg doesn't get it, and Klingenberg will take another throw-in. Yeah, it's really weathering the storm in these first 3 weeks. A lot of learning for both of these squads as they see who they are. They're without with international breaks, with players playing in qualifying tournaments to make it in to the World Cup next summer, and it's been challenging. Here's Morgan, nearly slipped behind Sonnet for a chance on goal, but Adriana Franch was able to pick it up. So it's interesting to see how every team's adapting to not having those players who are World Cup type players not in their squad here early on in the season, how they're adapting to having 2 games and then a week off. It's challenging things to have to navigate when you're just trying to find your own rhythm. Here's Morgan with space, a good dribble to get in front of Bourret. Morgan deflected out of bounds, a good dribble by Morgan. She earns her team a corner kick here late in the game. Can the Pride do enough here? We've seen them score. We watched it in the highlights before the game. This is where they got the goal the last time they were here at Providence Park. Alana Kennedy not here, the goal scorer at the moment. But who's going to step up for the Pride? Who are you looking for as a target here, Lori?
Well, Tony Presley for sure, Sid LaRue. Both of those would be key targets for Christine Ayers' service.
She almost finds LaRue. Weatherholt off of Sinclair. A shot at the far post. Abogagu wanted to, but it hit off the near side netting. Krieger plays it all the way back to Harris.
I think it's important to remember, though, this might be a slow start for Orlando Pride. It's early days in the season, but last year, month of August, they went on a tear to score a ton of goals, get a ton of wins, and then make it to the semifinals against this Portland Thorns team.
It's a great point, Lori, and just how back and forth this league is. They're hard to get around, and it's a defensive sub here for Mark Parsons later on in the game. Up then out. The Pride thought they earned a corner kick there. Didn't quite get it.
Still would like to see Orlando see if they can get it down and play it a little bit quicker. They played a number of these balls from Christine Nair, and they just haven't proven to be successful.
Ali Krieger is not ready to give away 3 points. The energy about her has been constant all. Horan with a little juggle gets her out of the mix and sends Anumanu on a run.